What up? My name's Praveen, aka Braille, and you're checking out Braille Sounds. We're gonna keep it on that tip that we started last week with our pedals. Take a look at what we can do with hardware outside of this modular system that we've been focusing on. I've been thinking a lot about these videos. They've been amazing to do, and the feedback has been incredible, so thank you all. I've decided to start using them almost as an excuse to try things in the studio that I normally wouldn't, or that I've been meaning to and keep putting off. You know, we talk a lot about getting outside of your comfort zone, trying different things to get through creative blocks, and honestly, I feel like I've been doing a lot of the same stuff on this system. I mean, it is a system that you build when you get into all this modular stuff. I think today what I'd love to do is actually take a look at a few classics that I've got in the studio. One, the 808, which I most recently used on Cloudmonger off my album Triple Transit, which is out August 8th, and the Uterp Synthesizer Laboratory Vertice, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's a filter bank, and we've got 3 filters on there. We're gonna run the 808 through it and see how gnarly we can really make it. We're gonna use a couple other things as well. So we're gonna use the Make Noise Zero Control to send some modulation to the filter bank, and we're also gonna use the Make Noise Strega to process some of the 808 as well. We're gonna see how gnarly we can get. We're still gonna use some of the modular stuff. We're gonna get some chords going. We're gonna get some drums, but I think overall, really we wanna focus on the 808 today. Like I said last week, sometimes processing your sounds with hardware is all you need to sort of get out of a creative block. For example, the 808, it's got a sound, and it's an amazing sound. But after a while, maybe you wanna use it to make new sounds, and to do that, we can run it through effects. In this case, the filter bank and the Strega, and come up with something entirely new. It's this strange concoction of different effects and analog hardware, which I feel like creates some of the most interesting and exciting sounds that I get out of this whole studio. But let's get started. So we're gonna start it off with the 808 over here. We've already got it running through this Vertice. It's made by one guy in Italy. His name's Stefano, and he even goes back and forth with you in terms of naming the unit. Mine's named Qualifinia. We got a few fun things wired up here. We've got the zero control sending CV into the Vertice so that we can actually modulate the cutoff frequency, and also we've got some gates from the drum case over here coming out of here and actually going over to trigger the envelope, which is also affecting the filter. So we're gonna get a lot of movement going on here. You know, the trusty 808 down here, we're gonna make a pattern with it, but really a lot of the magic's gonna happen in here. And the Vertice has 3 different filters, got a bunch of inputs here. You can run them in serial or stereo. In this case, we're gonna be running all of them in serial. Got a lot of control over the volume, the gain, and you gotta be real careful with it because you could really crank it up here and get into a dangerous place. So let's add some claps. With the 808, you pick your sound with this crazy knob over here, and then you can actually sequence it down here. So we've got our 3 cutoffs for each of the filter banks here, and we've got our main cutoff here. So this is actually going to affect those 3 all at the same time. Got to switch here to change this one between 2 different circuits, either clean or over, which I'm assuming means overdrive. But we're actually going to do something really fun with this one. We're going to crank up the resonance. And we've got this one going out of this mono out, which is actually being sent to the Strega. Let's see what we can get going on here. Well, let's get some chords going on. We got a few things going on here. So we've got our chords. We're already running them through StarLab, and StarLab has some modulation going in so that we're both affecting the size, which is giving it that nice little pitch modulation, but also we're sending it a clock here so that we can get some modulation on the filter, on the reverb. When you get down this low on the Strega, you start hearing clock noise. It's pretty crazy. Whew. Well, I hope that was fun for you. Maybe give you some ideas of how you can dirty up your own sounds, run your drum machines through your own effects. I did want to get your feedback on some ideas I have for future videos though, and I'd love to hear which ones are most interesting to you down in the comments. So some of the things we got coming up on this channel are videos on how to break out of a loop. I probably will do another video on how I take all these jams that you've been hearing and actually create a song out of them. I want to go over some of my gear. There's still tons in the studio I haven't even shown. Some other ideas I have are around melodic sequencing, going over my melodic case, how I sequence melodies on top of the chords, or maybe you want some more talking head videos where I talk about some of the issues we face as artists, either in the studio or even outside of that. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you want to see on this channel. There's so many different ways I could take it, so let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, thanks for watching.